Welcome back, my friends. Just back from a beautiful wedding in sunny Columbus, Ohio, and this tune popped back into my head as I was at the wedding, my niece's wedding, and my brother-in-law performed this tune, and I remembered back to the early 70s, of course, Yusef Cat Stevens, and this great rendition of Moonshadow. So let's take a look. You could really do a lot with this finger style, and I'm going to show you a method of playing this finger style, and then you can take it from there. Of course, the tune, if you listen to it, it's in the key of D, so you would probably put the capo way up here on the 7th or 8th fret. I'm going to play it open in the key of G just to show you the possibilities here. So let's take a look at this song. The song starts out with the chorus, which is Moonshadow, Moonshadow. So let's take a look at that first, okay? We're going to basically be working in the construct of a G chord and a C chord, and that will cover the whole verse. So that makes things easy. So the foundation is G and C, and you can just play the song with G and C, right? I'm being followed by a moonshadow, moonshadow, moonshadow. Basic form. But let's look at the finger style and the finger picking and the melody and kind of dig a little deeper here. So we've got the G, and on the G bass we're going to just go 6, 4, 6, 4, so that'll be a G and a D, right? And that's going to be quarter notes, very steady. And now for the melody, where's the melody going to be? Well, we're going to start it on the D. Okay, so we've got D, 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 C, B, C, B, G. Okay, not very much to do there with the fingers. So with that, we're going to be playing mostly the second finger because most of the notes are on the second string. So we've got da, 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 da. Only on the last note that we actually employ the first finger for that open G. So it's da 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 da. Okay? And now the next line is going to go to the C chord. Now the apparatus we've got going here is that G with the little finger in there, and we're just going to move that whole thing down a string to get the C. We're going to need that little pinky again on the G for the melody. So you see that the G with the D and the C with the G, that form stays the same for both chords, which is coming down a string. So now on the C chord, we're going to be playing probably the 5 and the 4, back again, okay, steady quarters. And now the melody there is going to be da 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 da. So G, E, D, C, B, G. Okay? So it's going to be da, 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 da. And then back to a G chord for the last two notes. So da, 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 da. A little bit of syncopation there, but if you watch closely, again, the steady thumb, da, we're starting off together with the third finger and the thumb, da, 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 da. Just do that a few times, get comfortable with that. It's funny because you start off together, then you go back and forth, and then you finish together, right? The thumb and the second finger. Da 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 da. You feel that swing once you get comfortable with that. Da 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 da. Once you get comfortable with that, it's just like a shifting of weight back and forth. So that's going to give us most of the chorus, okay? And so let's play through the chorus with what we've learned. We've got, I'm being followed by a moonshadow, moonshadow, moonshadow. And the one little thing at the very end, you've got that little double stop thing there, which is a Simon and Garfunkel trademark, right? And many others. Okay, very popular sound. Basically just a double stop suspension off the G chord. Okay, and of course we're playing the thumb and the second finger to hammer that on. So again, this is your chorus, okay? I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And again repeat, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. So it's always nice when the line repeats and you do the exact same thing. And that gives you the chorus. Now we're going into the verse, okay? The verse is going to start with a C, and we're going to go mostly C, G heavy again, but we're going to go, and if I see G ever, C lose my hands. So C and G back and forth, C lose my plow, and then we go to an A minor, lose my land, to a D, okay? And then again repeating. C and G and C and G. And now here's where we go into a little sequence, if you will. We've got A minor, and here I'm going to go up to the D7 up here, which you'll see why, because it'll come in very handy when we do the melody. So we're going to go A minor, D7, and then G, and then E minor, and then A minor, and then D, and then G, and we can do again that suspended double stop, and that's the verse. Okay, so again, let's take a look. So we've got, if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my land. Oh, if I ever lose my hands, oh, I won't have to work no more. So you can just kind of pluck that. You can strum it a little bit with some basic strumming. A lot of ways you can sing this song. But now let's take a look to go a little step further into how we would play the melody here, okay? We're going to start off with the C chord. Okay, so we've got the open B, and if I ever lose my hands. Notice that the C, we're playing the C and the E on the C chord, but then when we come back to the D is pushing us back to the G chord. So C, G, da da da. Okay, C for 2, G for 2, C for 2, G for 2. And then again, lose my plow. And then we're going to A minor, lose my land. When you get yourself into the D chord, that note's going to be there, right? So that's going to fit right in. Lose my, a little up on the 1 from the A minor, lose my land, lose my land, lose my thumb, and then first finger for the D. So we've got lose my plow, lose my land. And then we repeat again. If I ever lose my hands. And now we've got like a little bit of a sequence here. So we've got an A minor, a D7. Okay, and I like to go up here for the D7. You'll see why when we hit the melody note. G, E minor, A minor, D, and then G, and then the double stop again to finish it. So let's do that line with the melody. And if I ever lose my eyes, that part's the same. So that sequence is very interesting. It's going to go like this. If I ever lose my eyes. And now into the sequence, A minor, A, D7. And notice the D7 gives us all the melody notes without changing any fingers. Da, da, da. we've got the A minor, slide up to the D7, G, open, then the A from the G, A, then the E minor, and then we go to the 1 for the A minor, and from the A minor we slide up, and the D actually only needs one finger with the melody we need to play, because the melody note is an open B, so we're playing A, B, so we don't want to finger the whole D, we just want to play that one finger. Da, 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 da. We can play that with the first finger, and then the G. So that part's going to go like this. Da, 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 and as you play this and as you practice it, try to find the downbeats on the chords. So it's going to be down, 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 and that might be helpful to find your way through it. Just play through it a few times. Da, 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 and play through it a few times. Da, 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 and of course, if you know the chords and you can finger around some of the melody, you can even kind of fake your way through it. Da, 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 da. And it still gives you the same feel, even if you do miss some of the melody notes. And that's basically the whole song. The only other section is when you come to that bridge where he goes into an A chord strumming. Did it take long to find me? I asked a faithful lie. Did it take long to find me? Now you're gonna stay the night. I'm being followed by a moonshadow, moonshadow, moonshadow. And then you're back into the melody. So not much to be said about that bridge. It's basically just a hard strum and kind of shouting out, waking up the people. So that's basically the song. I hope that helps you out. It is a little tricky to get the melody notes in there. Again, not necessary if you're singing. As long as you're doing a little picking around it, it's still going to sound great. I hope that helps you out, my friends. Any comments or suggestions or other songs you'd like to hear? Again, I give my take on it. I give my twist on it. May not be exactly what the artist did, but this will get you through a gig and it'll sound really good. So let me show you how it's going to sound if you throw all this together. Yes, I'm being followed by a moonshadow, moonshadow, moonshadow. Leaping and hopping on a moonshadow, moonshadow, moonshadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my lands, oh, if I ever lose my hands, oh, I won't have to work. Oh. Did it take long to find me? I asked the faithful lie. Did it take long to find me? Are you gonna stay the night? I'm being followed by a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and hopping on a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. I hope that helps you out. Again, any questions or comments, please send them along. Happy to hear from you. Please don't forget to subscribe, my friends, and I will see you again next time for some more guitar playing adventure. Be well.